Hello guys, this is Kailash Chandar. Today we are going to talk about the joints. In this lecture, we will discuss about the joint and the types of joints. Introduction to the joints. Joints are also known as arthrosis or articulation. What are joints? Joint is a contact point between two bones or between bone and cartilage or between bone and teeth. For example, this is a bone and it is another bone, and this is the contact point between two bones, and this contact point is known as joint. Study of joints is known as arthrology, and the study of motion of the human body is known as kinesiology. Classification of joints. Joints are classified structurally as well as functionally. Structurally, they are classified on the basis of anatomical characteristics, and functionally, they are classified on the basis of type of movement they permit. Structurally, they are classified on the basis of two criteria. First criteria is presence or absence of a space between articulating bones, and second criteria is a type of connective tissue they have. Space is known as cavity, and cavity which is present between articulating bones is known as synovial cavity. It means they are classified on the basis of presence or absence of synovial cavity, and second criteria is the type of connective tissue that binds the bones together. Structurally, joints are classified as fibrous joints, cartilaginous joints, and synovial joints. Fibrous joints, there is no synovial cavity in fibrous joints, and bones are held together by dense irregular connective tissue. It means these joints have no synovial cavity, and these joints have a type of connective tissue which is known as dense irregular connective tissue. Types of fibrous joints. There are four types of fibrous joints. Three are important, and fourth one is the type of subtype of syndesmosis. First type is sutures, second type is syndesmosis, and third type of fibrous joints is interosseous membranes, and gomphosis is a type of syndesmosis. You can see that they are sutures. These are sutures and these are fibrous joints, and these bones are articulated or jointed together by a joint known as syndesmosis, and this bone known as mandible is jointed with teeth by a type of joint which is known as gomphosis. Cartilaginous joints. There is no synovial cavity in cartilaginous joints, and these joints have a type of connective tissue which is known as cartilage. It means they are jointed together by cartilage. It means bones are held together by a type of connective tissue which is known as cartilage. There are two types of cartilaginous joints. First one is synchondrosis and second one is symphysis. You can see that this is a growing bone, long growing bone, and the parts of bone are connected together by cartilage. This point is known as joint, and these bones, this is a part of bone, this is another part, and this is another part. These bones are connected together at this point as well as on this point, and these are connected by cartilage known as hyaline cartilage, and these types of joints are known as cartilaginous joints. You can see that These vertebrae are connected at this point by hyaline cartilage or fibrocartilage, and these are known as symphyses. These are not connected by hyaline cartilage, but they are connected by fibrocartilage, and these joints are known as symphyses. And this this joint is known as synchondrosis because they are connected or held together by cartilage known as hyaline cartilage, and hyaline cartilage connects bones together. That's why this type of joint is known as synchondrosis. If bones are held together by a fibrocartilage, then these joints are known as symphyses. Synovial joints. In synovial joints, there is a special space or cavity known as synovial cavity. A special cavity which is known as synovial cavity, and these uh, joints are held together by dense irregular connective tissue. You can see that there is a synovial cavity between articulating bones. This is a bone, this is another bone, and this is a synovial cavity between two bones, and that's why this type of joint in which there is an cavity, uh, this joint is known as synovial joint. Types of synovial joints. There are 6 types of joints and they are classified on the basis of shapes and sizes of articulating bones. They are known as planar joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, condylite joint, saddle joint, and ball and socket joint. You can see that there are different shapes of different synovial joints. Functional classification of joints. Functionally, they are classified on the basis of degree of movement or type of movement they permit. Functionally, joints are classified as synarthrosis, amphiarthrosis, or diarthrosis. Synarthrosis. Synarthrosis are immovable joints. Examples are skull sutures, articulation between teeth and mandible, and joint between first pair of ribs and sternum. You can see that they are sutures and they are fibrous joints. They cannot move, means they are immovable joints and known as synarthrosis. Amphiarthrosis means slightly movable joints. Example is pubic symphysis. This is a cartilaginous joint and this is somewhat flexible and somewhat movable, slightly movable. That's why they are known as amphiarthrosis, means slightly movable joints. Diarthrosis are freely movable joints. All diarthroses are synovial joints. All the synovial joints are classified functionally as diarthrosis because they have synovial cavity. That's why they are freely movable joints, and examples are elbow, shoulder, and ankle. You can see that sutures, these are sutures between cranial bones, and they are classified as synarthrosis, means immovable, and this is a joint between mandible and teeth. These are also a type of synarthrosis because they cannot move. Functionally, they are classified as synarthrosis. This is a cartilaginous joint between pelvic bones, and this is somewhat flexible, somewhat movable. That's why they are known as amphiarthrosis, are classified functionally as amphiarthrosis because they are somewhat movable, and these are synovial joints and they are freely movable, and these are functionally classified as diarthrosis. Thank you very much.